Exciting twists at Marlena's hypnosis session and the shooting mystery. Welcome back to the Days of Our Lives channel. Today we will dive into the thrilling developments surrounding Marlena's dramatic hypnosis of EJ and the shocking feint that follows. In the bustling world of Salem, where secrets simmer just below the surface, next week's episodes promise a whirlwind of revelations and heart-pounding suspense. Fans have been on the edge of their seats since EJ DiMera was mysteriously shot, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and fractured family ties. The incident, shrouded in ambiguity, has cast suspicion on several beloved characters, turning the DiMera mansion into a hotbed of intrigue. As the storyline unfolds, EJ's desperation to uncover the truth reaches new heights, pulling in unexpected allies and exposing hidden motives that could reshape alliances in this iconic soap opera town. EJ's desperate quest for answers. EJ DiMera, known for his sharp wit and unyielding determination, finds himself grappling with fragmented memories from that fateful night. The shooting left him not only physically wounded but also mentally tormented, as flashes of the event tease him without providing clarity. In a bold move, EJ decides he's open to any method that might unlock the buried truths in his mind, even if it means venturing into the realm of the subconscious. This vulnerability adds a layer of depth to EJ's character, showing a man usually in control now willing to surrender to uncertainty for the sake of justice and family. Encouraged by his trusted confidant Belle Black, portrayed with fierce loyalty by Martha Madison, EJ agrees to undergo hypnosis. Belle, ever the pragmatic lawyer and devoted daughter, sees this as a potential breakthrough in piecing together the puzzle. She urges EJ to trust the process, drawing from her own experiences with Salem's turbulent history of mind games and revelations. This session isn't just about recollection, it introduces new tensions, as EJ's subconscious might reveal not only the shooter's identity but also long-suppressed emotions tied to his complicated relationships with his children and extended family. The hypnosis unravels hidden truths. During the intense hypnosis session led by the esteemed psychiatrist Marlena Evans, the atmosphere thickens with anticipation. Marlena, with her calm demeanor and expert guidance, gently probes EJ's mind, asking pointed questions about who he was interacting with that night and what visions haunt his dreams. EJ's face contorts in distress, his body language screaming internal conflict as buried scenes begin to surface. Viewers will witness EJ reliving the chaos, perhaps hearing echoes of arguments or glimpsing shadowy figures, adding a cinematic flair to the episode that heightens the drama. Despite these efforts, the path to resolution isn't straightforward. The weekly promo hints at EJ's agitation, with sweat beading on his brow and his voice trembling as he strains to articulate the memories. Yet, the narrative pushes forward relentlessly, confirming that Johnny DiMera's trial proceeds undeterred. Johnny, played by Carson Boatman, faces mounting pressure in the courtroom, where evidence and testimonies paint a complex picture of that night's events. Invented elements like a mysterious anonymous tip or an overlooked clue from the DiMera estate could further complicate matters, forcing Johnny to confront his own role in the family's web of secrets. Marlena's shocking collapse in the courthouse. The drama escalates dramatically in the courthouse, a setting ripe with tension as legal battles unfold. In a moment that will leave audiences gasping, Marlena suddenly collapses into the arms of the steadfast Abe Carver, embodied by James Reynolds with his signature gravitas. This unexpected turn occurs amid the trial's intensity, with Belle, Johnny, and EJ standing nearby, their faces etched with concern. Abe's quick reflexes prevent a worse fall, but the incident underscores the emotional toll these events are taking on everyone involved. Belle rushes to her mother's side in a panic, her voice breaking as she calls out, "Mommy! Wake up!" This raw exclamation, straight from the promo, captures the daughter's fear and highlights the deep familial bonds that anchor the show. Marlena's feint isn't just a plot device. It introduces new details like subtle hints of her recent health struggles or the psychological strain of delving into EJ's traumatic memories. Perhaps the hypnosis unearthed something so profound that it overwhelmed her, blending her professional expertise with personal stakes in a way that blurs lines. Unanswered questions and potential culprits what triggered Marlena's collapse. Speculation abounds, with theories suggesting she glimpsed something utterly shocking during the hypnosis. Perhaps the identity of EJ's shooter, a revelation that hits too close to home. Could it be the realization of who pulled the trigger, sending shockwaves through her system? The promo teases this possibility, inviting viewers to ponder the implications for Salem's intricate relationships. One burning question lingers: was Rachel involved in the shooting, leading to her potential arrest? Rachel's youthful innocence contrasts sharply with the dark undercurrents of the DiMera legacy, and new invented elements like a hidden diary entry or a overheard conversation could point to her accidental entanglement. If arrested, it would ripple through the family, forcing characters like Kristen to step up in defense, adding layers of moral dilemmas and protective instincts. This subplot enriches the main narrative, exploring themes of accountability and redemption in a town where no secret stays buried forever. The broader impact on Salem's residents as these events cascade, the ripple effects touch every corner of Salem. Johnny's trial becomes a focal point, drawing in supporters and skeptics alike, while EJ's hypnosis session might inadvertently expose other scandals, such as forged documents or secret alliances. Belle's role evolves, showcasing her as not just a legal eagle but a pillar of emotional support, perhaps leading to her own subplot involving past regrets and future aspirations. Marlena's feint serves as a catalyst, prompting characters like Abe to reflect on their own vulnerabilities, and it could tie into larger arcs involving grief and resilience, especially following recent losses in the community. Invented details, such as a supportive gathering at the Brady pub post-incident or a confidential consultation with another expert, add texture to the storyline, making the episodes feel more immersive and interconnected. In wrapping up this preview, the upcoming week in Days of Our Lives is set to deliver unforgettable moments that blend mystery, emotion, and high-stakes drama. Stay tuned as Salem's residents navigate these turbulent waters, where every revelation could change everything. Shocking speculation in Salem: did little Rachel shoot EJ? Could Kristen take the fall for her 7-year-old daughter? Could innocent young Rachel Black be the one who pulled the trigger on EJ DiMera? And if so, would her notorious mother, Kristen DiMera, step in to serve time in her place, given Rachel's tender age of around 7? Buckle up as we explore this jaw-dropping possibility, dissecting the clues, motives, and legal twists that could rock Salem to its core. First, let's rewind to the heart of the mystery. EJ DiMera, the cunning patriarch of the DiMera family, was gunned down in a dramatic ambush that left viewers reeling. The shooting occurred amid a whirlwind of family feuds, hidden agendas, and simmering rivalries. Initial suspicions pointed to various suspects, from vengeful exes to business rivals, but a wild theory has emerged. What if the shooter was none other than Rachel, the wide-eyed daughter of Kristen DiMera and Brady Black? At first glance, it sounds absurd. Rachel is just a child, barely out of kindergarten, with no apparent malice. Yet, soap operas thrive on the unexpected, and Days of Our Lives has a history of involving young characters in adult-sized scandals. Remember how past storylines twisted innocence into tragedy? This could be another layer of that. Digging deeper, why might Rachel be implicated? Clues from recent episodes hint at her proximity to the chaos. Rachel has been caught in the crossfire of her parents' toxic custody battles, often overhearing heated arguments or stumbling upon family secrets. Imagine a scenario where she accidentally accesses a hidden gun, perhaps one stashed in the DiMera mansion, a place notorious for its arsenal of weapons and dark artifacts. Motivated by a child's misguided sense of protection, she could have fired the shot, thinking she was defending her mother or father from EJ's threats. EJ, after all, has a reputation for manipulating those around him, including using Rachel as a pawn in his schemes against Kristen and Brady. In the weekly spoilers, EJ's hypnosis session with Marlena uncovers fragmented memories of a small figure in the shadows. Could that be Rachel? Fans are buzzing on social media, pointing to her recent outbursts and unexplained absences as potential red flags. If true, this would add a heartbreaking dimension to the plot, transforming a cute kid into an unwitting villain. But hold on, Rachel is only about 7 years old. In the real world of law, and even in Salem's dramatized justice system, a child that young couldn't face adult consequences. U.S. legal precedents, which DOOL often mirrors loosely, protect minors under juvenile statutes. Kids under 10 are rarely held criminally responsible. Instead, they're evaluated for intent and often placed in counseling or family interventions rather than prison. In Salem, where the legal system bends to plot needs, this could mean Rachel avoids charges altogether. Remember past cases like when young characters like Sierra or Theo got tangled in crimes? They faced therapy, not bars. If Rachel did pull the trigger, perhaps in a moment of confusion or play gone wrong, the focus would shift to parental negligence. Who left the gun accessible? This opens doors to blaming Kristen or Brady, escalating their already volatile co-parenting war. Enter Kristen DiMera, the queen of schemes and sacrifices. Played with fierce intensity by Stacey Hayduke, Kristen has a rap sheet longer than Salem's peer: kidnappings, identity thefts, and even faking deaths. But beneath her villainous exterior lies a mother's unyielding love for Rachel. If evidence points to her daughter, would Kristen confess to the crime herself? Absolutely plausible. History shows Kristen going to extreme lengths for her child. Remember when she stole embryos or impersonated others to secure custody? Taking the fall would be her ultimate redemption arc, or perhaps a calculated move to manipulate the system. At around 7, Rachel is too young for prison, but Kristen could argue she orchestrated the whole thing, framing it as self-defense or a setup gone awry. Imagine the courtroom drama. Kristen tearfully admitting guilt to shield her innocent baby, while Brady fights for the truth. This twist would not only spare Rachel but also allow Kristen to negotiate a plea deal, maybe even turning state's evidence against other DiMeras. Of course, this theory isn't without holes. Alternative suspects abound. Johnny DiMera's trial suggests he might be involved, or perhaps it's a red herring from someone like Gabby or Stefan. Rachel's age makes her an unlikely shooter logistically. How would a 7-year-old handle a firearm without immediate detection? Yet, DOOL loves amplifying the improbable. If Kristen does take the blame, it could lead to her incarceration, but not without fireworks. Picture conjugal visits turning into escape plots, or Kristen allying with fellow inmates like Orpheus for a breakout. The fallout would ripple through Salem. Brady might gain full custody, EJ could seek revenge, and Marlena's hypnosis revelations might expose more family skeletons. Fans speculate this could tie into larger arcs, like the DiMera power struggles or Kristen's quest for atonement. Weighing the evidence, Rachel as the shooter feels like a stretch, but it's the kind of bold move that keeps DOOL addictive. Her youth protects her legally, but emotionally, it could scar her for life. Therapy sessions with Marlena, anyone? As for Kristen sitting prison time, it's a fitting sacrifice that aligns with her character's complexity. Would she do it? In a heartbeat, if it means protecting her little girl. This speculation heightens the suspense, reminding us that in Salem, no one is truly innocent, and family bonds can be both a shield and a weapon. What do you think, viewers? Is Rachel the pint-sized perpetrator, or is this another DiMera misdirection? Drop your theories in the comments, and stay tuned for next week's episodes. Salem's secrets are just getting started.